Well, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the shop. I think we've got this S10, that Blazer, figured out. Um, she's running better. Uh, we don't have gas back in that little hole anymore. Still got a little issue, but I'm sorry. I just came in from mowing and weed eating and, you know, the man stuff around the house. But we're fixing to go out here, uh, try to adjust this thing in, and then in a couple of days, we're taking her and see what the heck happens. Finally, I don't know what happened. Um, all I know is I put a O-ring on that little pipe, right, that runs into the metering valve or the metering block to hang on, to I put an O-ring on that one little spigot that sticks out there, that little pipe, and dude, that goes in the metering block and all that stuff, and that seems to have took care of a bunch of stuff. Uh, we got our idle mixtures back, right? So we got our iron musher screws back. I figured it would. When you mess around with this thing, I ain't figured that one out, but you start messing around with that stuff, man, and messing with the vacuum and timing and all that stuff, man, it takes it a few hours of running before it starts pulling all back like it's supposed to be. I guess it's that can. I don't know. But we're fixing to hit this thing, adjust it down. Choke it down. Yeah. Once you see what I'm going to do to it, you probably cringe. But we're going to adjust this thing down where it barely runs. And then we're going to take it over to emissions testing and see what happens. Okay, so after adjusting everything, sprayed carburetor cleaner back in here. That's how I like to check for vacuum leaks, man. It'll suck it in everywhere. Still had a leak back there. So tighten this and put a clamp on this end and on the back of the carburetor back here to make sure this is sealing right. So I think what we're gonna do, let's take this thing back apart, take that base off, and make sure that thing is flat. There's got to be a reason why we're still getting vacuum leaks back there. So let's get that off, get it in the shop, and do some checking. I'm thinking this thing might not be flat or something not sitting right, because every time, this is the back of it, every time I spray carb cleaner right in this area, it just, trust me, it ain't right. Should bog down, like it should, when you hit a vacuum leak. So I'm thinking maybe this surface isn't exactly flat. So what we're gonna do is I know this ain't perfect, but I'm not doing anything but scratching the surface and seeing, right? So we're gonna take some 80 grit on top of 4 or 5 pieces of cardboard. And all I'm gonna do is just run around a little bit, and then I'm gonna take some 220, set down there, and do the same thing. On top of that, just hone that thing in and check and see if there's a low spot somewhere. All right, ham. All right, guys. So that was 80 grit. We're gonna take the 220 now, and small circle. And then we're just gonna see if we got a low spot. All right, let's take a look. I think we're sealing good everywhere. I don't see a low spot anywhere. It's all cleaning up nice. I can go more, but there's no need in it. So, what else could be a problem with losing vacuum on the backside? If it happens not to be that base, right, being out of level and just flat so it seals good, maybe the intake. Yeah, welcome to the neighborhood. So then maybe, I don't know how you would surface this area. I don't know, right? This gasket is like about twice as thick as the last gasket. So I was thinking that would seal, but if that's not the issue, and you can see, you know, the gas. I don't know. It's just thoughts, ideas. Let me know. Alright, guys. This up right here, we're good. She's running perfect. Right? Gotta find that. We'll walk back here. She's sounding real good. Yeah, we're out front tonight. So, I'll put that up. We got it. Let's see what the mission will come to. Well, there you go. She's running better. After all that, couldn't find no gas and vacuum leaks, and after, you know, sanding that down and just checking it and sticking it back on there. Hopefully that's it. She's running real good. Again, no vacuum leaks. I don't see or smell gas. Everything seems to be right. So I went today. No, all this happened last night. I went today over to the license department and tried to get a temporary tag, just so I could get it to MARTA and back, or emissions and back, and that kind of thing, without, because it don't have tags on it at all. So, of course, I couldn't get one. You're only allowed one a year, and I got the last one last July. So, can't get another one until July of this year. So, I asked the lady, I said, well, how am I supposed to drive this thing and work on it and get it over to MARTA without getting a ticket or emissions, right? She goes, well, I don't know. That's a question for the police. Whatever. That don't help me out much. She did give me a piece of paper, this thing right here, a waiver of vehicle emission testing, right, for 1 year. All I got to do is prove I spent $200 on this thing, repairing it to get it to pass emissions. And then I fill out that piece of paper, take it back over there. And then they assign a state mechanic to come and visually inspect under the hood of your vehicle. And if he says it's okay, they'll waive it for a year to get it fixed. Well, I don't think he's going to like looking underneath that hood. It says plainly, if it's been modified in any way from factory settings, you know. Well, dude, that thing's as far from factory, you know, as it can get. So that one's kind of out the window. So I guess I'm just going to have to take my chances, and hopefully if I get pulled over, I can show that police officer that stack about that thick of emission papers where it ain't passed, you know, in forever. And hopefully he'll understand, but been my experience, probably not. So, you know, if I get caught doing that, that's a day off from work, sitting at the courthouse and paying court costs and all that kind of crap. But, hey, they leave me no choice, right? So that's the next step. We're going to run it to MARTA, or emissions. We call it MARTA around here. See if it passes. I guess I'll take off from work all day that day, because when I get over there, and if it don't pass, then I just need to go to the parking lot at Walmart or some store around there and tinker with it, take it back through. If it don't pass again, you know, just spend all day driving that thing through there. But wish me luck. Cross your fingers. I think I'll take you on the ride over there, you know, just over there, and then after I get the papers, if it don't pass, we can discuss that and commence to playing with it right there on the side of the road or in a parking lot somewhere. That'll be a, you know, boring video, but hey, emissions. You gotta hate them. I understand the reasoning for them, but you gotta hate them. I don't understand why. I'm telling you, 7/10 of a mile from here, no MARTA or no emissions testing. But on this side of the road that I live on, emissions testing. Don't understand how that helps out anything, but it is what it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Thanks for watching, subscribing, liking. Leave some comments. Hope everybody's home, safe. You know, everything's going good in your world, good in your life, and things are treating you right, because it ain't treating me right now. But I'll get through it. We'll see y'all on the next one.